Probably the best first half we've played all year long, and it started on the defensive end for us. Our game plan going in was really to try to take away the three-point line from them and really try to keep the rebounding battle close. And I thought we did a great job of that. And then offensively, we wanted to execute in terms of getting them in different screening actions, and Madison Weekly got us off to a great start. But that was probably the best half we've played all year long on both sides of the ball.
Questions for student athletes?
Madison, what types of adjustments, or how different did it feel in the first half today compared to yesterday's game?
We kind of just let yesterday go. We knew that we won, we survived, we were here playing today. So we just played our game. We focused on our game plan that the coaches gave us, and we just executed really well.
Madison, could you tell that you were going to shoot the ball well today, even in warm-ups? Were you feeling it?
In warm-ups they were going in, but I just knew how to come out with a lot of confidence and come out from the beginning, and that's kind of what happened.
Do you think yesterday's game kind of re-energized you guys a little bit?
Yeah, I think it did. It kind of made us ready to play today. We knew we didn't show up as our best yesterday, but we came back today, we kind of let it go again, and we just really executed on both ends of the floor.
Jen, from your experience, what did it look like having Madison having a big game today, and obviously with your 10 points as well today?
I mean, Maddie's been having some pretty big games all season, and to have all of us really, and Maddie started us off with seeing her get a bucket or two going in, and that gives us confidence. When you get Madison going like that, I mean, we all start getting looser, and the game starts to go a lot better.
So both of you, the coach talks about the rebounding and defense. You shot 58% from the field in the first half. What got into you guys offensively during that first half?
Well, we always talk about our defense is, when we are doing well defensively, it seems our offense does better too. I mean, defense is our backbone of our team, and then from there, offensively, we can loosen up because we know we're getting stops.
Madison, what does it mean during that first half? Shanae has a couple, she's averaging about 4 points a game. She has a 3 big point. Morgan comes off, she hits a 3-point. What does it mean when those kids come off the bench and help out too?
I think it was just great to see everyone contributing. Everyone was hitting shots. It was great to see Amber Sorensen hit one at the end. So I just think once we get one person going, everyone wants to join in, and that's what happened, and it was a lot of fun.
Jen, you talk about defensively. How did you keep Pierre away from where she wanted to be today?
Well, we talked about pushing her off the block, getting her away from the basket a little bit, making her uncomfortable. And I mean, our game plan was to keep her from getting to the basket, and then we had like Amber Sorensen and Hannah Schoenhart showing a little bit, making her think about if she's going to pass or what she's going to do.
Madison, I think your 5th 3-pointer was like a shot fake, just really comfortable, still up and knock it down. Was that about as comfortable as you've ever been shooting the 3-pointer and a half? And just your thoughts on what it's like to kind of get locked in like that?
Yeah, I was most comfortable probably this game, but I think it was just how it was coming out of my hand. I had a lot of confidence in every shot, and I was getting great looks. My teammates were setting great screens, giving me the ball when I was open. So I think that had a lot to do with it.
Madison, how much did it help? You guys just saw the Salukis like barely over a week ago. You got a big win in Carbondale. How much confidence did that give you going into a game like this?
That was a big win for us, and it also was nice since they were kind of fresh in our memory for scouting and stuff like that. So I think that helped.
What did you see on film that kind of stood out to you between the 10 days game?
We just did a lot of film breakdown, but we just knew we were going to get great shots. We was just knocking them down, really.
Jen, as a 5th-year senior, what's it going to mean for you to tomorrow to play for a championship against either Drake or Missouri State?
I mean, I'm excited. I know everyone else, I know the other 5th-year seniors, we're all excited about it, but we're not going to let that keep us from playing our game.
Jen, what's this year been like for you? You're now in the conference championship game. What's this year been like for you?
I mean, it's been great being able to come back and finish off my career like this.
Any more questions for the student athletes? All right, thank you. Questions for Coach Warren?
Coach, probably not as upset that they didn't get to the free throw line there that first half of this game, but just your thoughts on what it's like when they're hitting jump shots like that to start things off.
Well, our offensive execution was very good, and we had talked about prior to getting over here, when we watched film, our offensive execution in Carbondale was very good. We felt coming into this we could get good shots. It was just a matter of relaxing and being able to knock it down. And I thought our kids did a very good job of doing that today, especially to start the first quarter.
Did you feel like your kids were a little more relaxed today?
I did. I always think that the first game's the toughest.
Defensively, just your thoughts on how they matched up against Southern. Obviously, it's a veteran team with a lot of great players and really kind of established themselves early, but cannot give them any easy buckets.
You know, and that's where it starts for us. They are extremely good offensively. They have 5 kids on the floor that can score. And we really felt that in order to beat them, we had to defend the three-point line. And we did a very good job of that. And then with Pierre, we wanted to mix it up, sometimes show double, sometimes not, just to keep her a little bit guessing and keep her off balance. And then keep the rebounding battle close. But we did a great job of defending the three-point line.
Coach, what was your message after yesterday's close win, just coming into today's matchup?
It's all about a one-game season, survive and advance. And that's what we talked about. Let yesterday go. There were some things that we knew that we could do better, especially on the offensive end. And I thought our kids were extremely relaxed today, especially at shoot-around, and that helped. But they understand it's a one-game season.
Well, Coach, you go through, it's been a while since you played in the championship game. You got these fifth-year seniors, kind of a parallel team to the group you had 5 years ago. Your thoughts on what's like getting back to the finals with this group?
Well, I'm extremely happy and very proud for our seniors. You're talking about 4 fifth-year seniors who have all gone through some sort of adversity injury-wise, and to be able to bounce back and stick together and win a conference championship and now be in position to win a conference tournament championship, I couldn't be more prouder of a group because of what these young women have had to overcome to get to this moment.
Coach, what have you noticed from Jen this year? I know she's come off a big injury. What have you noticed from her this year?
Well, she's playing with a lot of confidence. I mean, anytime you come up off of an ACL, it takes a little bit of time to get some things back when you've been away from the game, and we knew that in non-conference. And as we hit conference, our goal was as we hit conference play for her to really start to hit her stride. And that's about when she started to get a little bit more confidence and start playing the way we knew she was capable. But Jen Kaido is a huge piece to why we are where we are today.
One more question.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Position to even be in the semifinals. And I just think the world of Northern Iowa and everything that they're doing, and they're very well coached. We ran into a buzzsaw. I mean, I think Northern Iowa gets a lot of credit for their offense, but their defense won the game. I thought they were outstanding. They frustrated us on the offensive end, and it led to miscues on the defensive end. And that's what good teams will do to you. So, they're an outstanding team, and I think there's a reason why they won their regular season. And they did it against, they've held their own against some great Valley teams, and, they did everything they had to do to win and put us in a bind, and it's really hard to come back from that kind of a deficit. But again, I think they started the second half off well, too. So they deserve a lot of credit for the game.
Was it their offense that was creating all those open looks in the first half, or was it a defensive breakdown?
There's some miscues, that we knew that what they were going to try to do, and, we had kids not step up and get the job done. That happens. And their offense, the offensive sets, you better be really disciplined defensively to do it. Defense has been a problem of ours, and especially when we're not hitting. So it kind of snowballed on us today.
What did you see in that stretch towards the end of the first quarter, start of the second quarter that made it so tough to get some baskets there?
Well, I think that they just did a good job of putting a lot of pressure on our guards, made passes into the post tough, and when you did make a pass into the post, they had it covered up with 3 kids. So they were very light on their feet, quick to cover any gaps that you can create on offense, and we didn't read them in time. So caused some turnovers, and then, when you put the ball in the basket like that, they shot well.
Was it kind of a shock how well they did shoot from perimeter? Absolutely
not. Northern Iowa is a great shooting team. There's not a kid on that team that you can play off of. Even Lamar, you talk about, Lamar, probably the worst shooting in that starting 5, but she makes you pay if you don't, play her straight up.
How much of a difference maker is Weekly for them when she can hit 3?
Yeah, Weekly's tough. I say all the time, it amazes me because, not any disrespect, but she's like the scrawny little kid. It's like, I don't even know if she has any definition in her muscles, but she's stronger than all get out, so, but she's a strong, stringy kid that just makes plays and smart. So she not only makes the plays with her shot, she makes plays with her vision. So you got to be able to have a couple people regard her, but unfortunately we can't play with 7.
Coach, the girls have been pretty amped up for today's matchup, given that you just played them too. Do you feel like maybe they put too much pressure on, or when you get too amped up going into a game?
Well, that's the thing. You want them amped up. You want your kids ready to go. And I think that, like I said, when they come at you, they start off really strong and physical defensively, and then they just, they're bearing shots. And we could not get anything to drop. Even in the second half, we'd have wide open layups and they're not dropping. Today's not our day. Plain and simple. As much as it makes you mad, it wasn't our day. We got to accept it and move on.
One more question for Coach.
Coach, do you feel like you have an opportunity possibly in the NIT?
Well, I hope so. I think we're very deserving of some kind of postseason play. And we've done everything we can to put ourselves in a position for postseason, and if we have an opportunity, we're going to go.
Thank you.